Hello, I'm Boily Ben and welcome to today's episode. And today we are back doing a bit of the old surface fishing, a bit of floater fishing today. If you didn't watch last week's video, actually no, the one before last week's video was on the old Carp floating feeder and had an absolutely blinding day. So today I thought I would continue the theme and have a go with the ESP surface mixers, which are an artificial plastic bait to imitate dog biscuits mixers, as the title suggests. And yeah, we're going to give them a go, see how they perform. I don't know if they'll be as good as the Carp floating feeder. I mean, I had such a good day with that the other week. I don't know how you could better that. I have come to a tricky lake, a lake that I have never ever caught a carp on before. If you've watched my videos before, it has become my arch nemesis. So whether that's a bad sign or not, I don't know. Currently I've started firing out some dog mixers as soon as I got here, real ones that is, not plastic ones. We're only going to be using plastic on the hook bait obviously. And so far I've been plagued by ducks. I did see carp in the area when I got here. But the flipping ducks are a nuisance at the moment, so we're going to have to hopefully feed those off. I'm hoping they will fill up soon. They've already had nearly a quarter of my bucket of dog mixers, so I don't want to run out of those. I've also got some normal 11mm pellets as well, so I might ping a few of those in to get those going through the water column to attract the carp over. Hopefully the carp will turn up and scare them off. Yeah, so hopefully we can get rid of them, otherwise there's going to be no video. But I will show you the setup, show you what I'm doing, get the rod out, and well, I'll get the rod out once we've got the carp feeding. I'm not going to bother doing anything with the rod until I see signs of the carp actually feeding, because it will be pointless otherwise. So yeah, let's get into it. It's late afternoon already, it's already 2 o'clock. I was late getting here today. Very hot day, full sunshine, probably going to get burnt again. Yeah. But it's lovely, there's a bit of a breeze, so it's not too bad. Anyway, as always, you know what I'm going to say, hit the like button, subscribe, all that business, leave a comment as well. There's a carp literally swimming straight in front of my feet. Not a very big one, but that's a good sign. And also, as I said the other week, I've just started a new Boily Ben Fishing Facebook group as well, a private members group, so look that up on there. I'll leave the link on the description on here. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so these are the little problems at the moment. The ducks. Oh no, there's more little problems. There's mini problems turned up as well. Maybe surface fishing isn't the one today. I don't know. This ain't good. Anyway, this is where I'm fishing today, in this corner. I've got the aerator on non-stop all day because they've had problems with low oxygen at the moment, so they're keeping those on to keep the oxygen levels up. So that might attract the carp over this area. That's having a little shower in it. So I'm just going to keep pinging some of the old dog mixers out. Here's my bucket full of mixers. I got these from Tesco's. They are just, they call them the small dogs, so they're for small dogs, small dog mixers. I assume big dogs are big mixers. I don't know, I've not bought any. But they do float if I chuck them in the water. And there you go. They float perfectly. Would have been funny if that carp comes up and just eats that before these ducks get to it. Might do. That'd be great on camera, but of course they won't do that. Never work with children or animals. And I'm working with baby animals today. So, where did that floater just go? Did it just eat it? I don't know. Anyway, we need to try and feed these off, try and get rid of them. See if we can feed them up and get them to bugger off. So I've got two catapults with me. I've got the ESP medium boilie pult and the ESP particle pult. I've got to say actually, I think I prefer the medium boilie pult for putting out these dog mixers. This one's a bit of a tougher elastic, but this one, nice and easy, you don't have to pull it back very far and the pings them a good distance. Of course, if you do pull it back further, you can fire them a hell of a distance. Let's see how far it'll go. Let's put a couple in and fire out. See if we can get these ducks to bugger off. Yep, so they go a lot further. There you go. So I'll keep firing these out. Come on, ducks, give up. Normally you do fill them up after a while and they get bored. You'd think they'd get worn out in this heat of rushing around after these mixers as well. But I will put out some of these. Got a few of these left, and I've got another bag of pellets as well. So we'll put out some of these as well, because they won't go after these unless they dive for them. These will go through the water column. Duck bath at the moment. Just going to rig up. I've got one of these ESP surface missiles, a 10 gram one, smallest one they do. So I'm going to put that on first. So you've got a anti-tangle sleeve. No, not an anti-tangle sleeve. What's that called? Anyway, you've got one of them. So that goes on your line. Then the float. Then you've got a rubber bead that goes over a swivel that comes with it as well, so very easy. Tail rubber, that's the word I was looking for. I've then got some of the Nash Zig Flow hook link, so I'm going to take a few feet of this, and this will be what we tie the rig onto. So this is 0.28 mil. So yeah, a few foot of this. Longer the better really, although I am using 6 foot rods, so I can't go too long. Or 6 foot rod I should say. I'm going to start with a size 10 floater claw hook. I did order some of the ESP ones, the Cryogen, and they do floater hooks as well, which apparently the fake mixers are designed to pair up with. But I'm sure they will work on these as well. I think it says that they're best with either, I think it's a size 6 or a size 10, because there's 2 different sizes in there. So let's start off with a size 10, probably the small one on, which is probably closest to the small mixers that I've got actually. I'll measure those up and see what's going to be the best one, the most realistic looking one to go with it. So no need for a knotless knot or anything. I think this is called a Palomar knot, I think I'm going to do, where you go through twice, tie an overhand knot and then pass the hook through it. But any knot of your choice basically, just to get the hook nice and securely on your line. So I'm going to do that. I won't film this while I'm doing it, I'll mess it up. There's a carp right by my feet. Look at that. He ain't phased at all. Incredible. I've just done a figure of 8 loop knot on the end of the hook link and loop to loop it onto the swivel, so that's it. Rig set up. One tip that I did hear the other day from fishing with Carl is put a bit of Vaseline on your hook length, and apparently it makes it float even more. So I will just grab a little bit of this on it, if I can get the lid off it, and see if that well, it'll float anyway, but apparently it keeps it more in sort of more of a straight line, so as it keeps your hook further away from your float. So that's probably a good little tip. I'm sure it can't do any harm. Just rub a bit of that down it. If you're wondering why I've got Vaseline in my box, it's not for anything kinky. I got it to, I was experimenting with sharpening hooks and got it for that. So just comparing the mixers, that's the real one. These are the fake ones, so I suppose probably that one looks closest to it maybe. I don't know. But I guess with a size 10 hook we probably want the smaller one. I have also got the smaller one in the lighter colour as well, so we might mess around with the size of those and what we're trying in the hook size. But yeah, they look pretty realistic. So it's just a case of threading the hook through the little sleeve on there, right the way around, and up the shank like so. And then I assume they sit in the water with the hook facing up, I hope. I'll try that in the margin and see. But there shouldn't be any need to glue it, well, especially if you put it right up to the eye. There shouldn't be any need to sort of glue it or anything, because it shouldn't be able to turn. Yeah, it looks good anyway. Looks the part. Just trying it in the water, it does actually sit with the hook facing down, which isn't the best. You would think that would be better if it was balanced more so as the hook was facing up in the air. You'd think it would be better if it was more buoyant that way. We're down to one duck just gobbling up everything at the moment, so hopefully he will fill up soon. The rest seem to have buggered off for the minute. Yep, I think he's starting to fill up. He's starting to swim off a bit. He's not so interested now. Go on, clear off, Mr. Duck. You've had your fill. It's time for the carp. Right, come on carp, turn up guys. It's your turn now. They were here and now they've disappeared. Please tell me they aren't on the deck. Just gave the fake mixer a bit of a spray with the krill bait spray, just to give it a bit of flavour to it, if that helps at all. The ducks have gone, but at the moment the carp aren't showing up. Well, the ones that I've seen, they're not feeding off the surface at the moment. So it could be a bit of a waiting game to try and get them to start feeding, or it could have been a day where fishing on the deck might have been a better idea. But I would have thought with it being so warm and seeing some on the surface when I got here, that that would be good for it. At least we've got rid of the ducks for the time being. So the wind is sort of blowing it into this corner. That's the only problem. The wind has kicked up a bit. Really want it nice and still, so as they're not just constantly all floating into that corner. Although if they do start feeding in that corner, that is not a problem, because we can cast to there. So I think it's going to be a waiting game. Just keep trickling the bait out, keep trying to tempt them, and see if we can get them feeding. Maybe when the sun drops just a little bit, they might come out. Oh, there's a shadow there I can see on the surface. I've got my polarised glasses on so I can see them. Well, it's taking ages to get them to start feeding. Slowly, there's a couple just starting. They've just been spooked. Something spooked them. Wasn't me. But it is taking ages to get them confident. Like, these are clever carp. I sort of had a feeling they would be. Nothing has even gone near the bait yet. I have cast it out, so why not? But I'm still pinging it sort of all the way around from here, right the way into the corner, where it's naturally floating into this corner anyway. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep on at it, slowly getting down the bucket. Well, the fish just aren't interested at the moment. I'm going to give it till 5 o'clock, and if I just can't get anything going, which don't seem to be, they sort of thought about feeding. They took a couple. There was only like 3 or 4 in the area. And then they just lost interest and swam off. Not even seeing them now. They've just disappeared. They weren't spooked or anything. They just weren't interested. So I just don't think they're feeding. I mean, they might feed later this evening. But what I think I might do is, I think I may go to another lake. If I don't get anything in the next half an hour, I think I'm going to pack up and move and go to a lake just down the road, which is actually where I filmed the Coram floating feeder video, because I know I've fished that a couple of times on the surface, and both times they've been into taking the bait. So it could be a safe option. I mean, we might see, might get there and they might not be feeding on the surface there either, in which case I'll have to admit defeat and go home. But that's the plan anyway. Like I say, I could sit here all night and maybe they might start feeding, but I'm not so sure at the minute. I've put nearly half a tub of bait out and we haven't had anything. and not really got them going, so there we go. Right guys, I just moved lakes, sun's in the camera lens here, so back on the old traditional spot. You'll know it well if you've watched my videos before. And was just firing out some of the old dog biscuits to try and feed the ducks off, which seems to be happening pretty quickly. And I just happened to chuck my rod out because I thought nothing to lose, and boom, straight away we've got a little carp in the net. So I just need to wet my cradle and we'll have a look at him. So we have not blanked. That was like within about 5 minutes of getting here from literally, I'm still setting up. That was pretty incredible. Right, let's fire some more dog biscuits out, keep them interested, wet the cradle and have a look at this fish. There we go guys, one nice little common. Hopefully the first of a couple, I don't know. But at least we've saved a blank. And we've proved that the ESP mixers work. Carp will take a fake mixer. Again, apologies for the sun being in the lens. It's that time of day. It's coming up for 6 o'clock. If I can just feed these birds off, I think we will get the carp feeding here, most definitely. Just goes to show, when it comes to carp fishing, it is all about location. And sometimes you have to cut your losses if you're not catching them on one lake. If you can, move to somewhere else. Because things can change within seconds. And that seems to be the case here. Definitely the right move. Right, we'll just get the ducks to bugger off. The carp are already here and feeding. At this lake, the carp are so aggressive, it's almost as though the ducks are scared of them. The carp actually chased the ducks off here. Just thought we're in again, just had another one go for it, but didn't hook up. We're definitely in business here, I reckon. I'm so glad I made the move. That other lake is just my nemesis. Yes, about 10 minutes later, we're in again. This feels like a good fish. This almost feels like it had me snagged. That's the only thing, when you hook them, the fight is instant. Wow, that is a good fish. That is a lovely mirror. Nice. Very, very nice. That is a chunk. There you go, she slips just in that net, just big enough for you. Gosh, that is a chunky monkey. Very quick. He's not happy. Come on, baby. Oh. Take photo. Take photo. There we go, guys. Just goes to show a few minutes in the right spot, 2 fish and a nice chunky mirror. Right, we're gonna get you back straight away. Yes, about another 10-15 minutes later, got them going again, and we're into another one. 3 fish pretty quickly. Safe to say, the old fake dog mixers, the ESP dog mixers, definitely are doing the business. On this lake anyway. Nice thing is, your hook is ready to go straight back in the water. No baiting up the ground. It's sort of slowly moving round to the right. There's not a lot of flow on the water here, which is handy. The ducks are still around, but they're sort of keeping a distance now. I'm literally feeding them by my feet. Come on, take that dog biscuit. They're very clever, mate. At last, I was just about giving up hope there because it's been a long while since we've had one. There we got one. Where are you going? Let's get them under control. Hey. That's great. Lovely. Calm down. Oh, it's even took the hook out. That's good. That's handy. There we have it. Nice looking common. Perfect. I think I'm going to call it a day there. Well, I've run out of dog biscuits anyway. And yeah, we had a few fish. What did I think of them? Well, they definitely work, don't they? I don't think I like them as much as when I used the floating feeder, the Corum floating feeder last week. I think with those on that video, you may remember that I actually just banded on a hair rig an actual real dog biscuit on there, and that worked really well, and I certainly caught a lot more fish. Well, I was here a bit longer, so you've got to take that into account, and it's a different day, so you don't know. But I do feel that using a real dog biscuit, hair-rigged, I don't think you can beat that, really, can you? You can't beat the real thing. Plastic baits are alright, but if you can get away with using the real thing, that's always much better, isn't it? And yeah, banding a real dog biscuit on there works incredibly well. Yeah, alright, you do have to change baits pretty much every fish, obviously, but that's no big deal, is it, really? Yeah, so it might be interesting actually to put one of those, the fake ones, on a hair and then use it with the Corum floating feeder, because then obviously you've got the bait dribbling over the top of it or round it. What that would be like, I'm sure it'd work, but I think I'll just stick to banding a real one on there. I reckon that's definitely the way to go, but it was interesting to try them out, and we had some nice fish on the bank eventually. Shame we didn't get any at the first lake. I shall keep trying that lake. I'm going to do some 24-hour sessions there soon to give it a really good crack, and get one of those lovely carp on the bank there. But anyway, it's been a success today. I think I'm burnt. And yeah, all good. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. As always, make sure you hit like, subscribe, all that business. Say hello if you've made it this far in the video, and I shall see you next time. Cheers.